Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is Diane Covington calling from California. I loved Corinne's message on Monday. I hope you guys took great notes on what is working for her and what isn't. In fact, I even picked up a couple pointers and tips. So I wanted to kind of piggyback on that message because in talking with two of my key consultants last night, one was fairly new and one is very seasoned. And it's interesting because we started comparing notes and we're all getting similar results on some things and very different results on others. So let me share with you. One of the consultants who is younger, she prefers not to call. She really prefers texting. The other consultant texts, but then asks in the text if she can call them. And we were just kind of looking at, between the three of us, what kind of results were we getting? And here's what we came to the conclusion. This is just what's working for the three of us as a majority, if you just look at the majority. So one of the things we all agreed with is that if we give them some kind of a hashtag or a tic-tac-toe or something that they can write on throughout the party, we found our sales were higher. The other thing we found out is that if we mention throughout the party, oh my gosh, if you would love this at half off or free, be sure to write it down. Oh my gosh, this is our eye makeup remover. If you'd love that, be sure to write it down. So throughout the beauty session, whether you're doing it virtual, with samples, without samples, in person, whatever, if they're not demoing it, let's say it's virtual, then you really need to reinforce if they don't have a sample, like our eye makeup remover as an example, you mention to them if they would love that or if that's something they would use and they'd love to have, to write it on their tic-tac-toe or their hashtag party board, whatever you're calling their little wish list thing. And I do that throughout the party. So my goal is not that they just feel like they should write it down if they want to buy it. I want a wish list. And so I spend about a full minute just romancing that and explaining that when we start a virtual session. Because the first party I did, I forgot to tell them what to do with it, and at the end it was blank, and everybody, I said, please text me a picture of it, and they said, well, it's all blank. So I laughed. Anyway, so another thing the three of us came to the conclusion is two of the three of us were closing also with a Google form. And what we came to the conclusion was, at least the two of the three of us agreed that we found that closing, getting them to submit a Google form was a little generational. So if they were, I would say, I'm totally stereotyping and I apologize because I don't mean to, but what our results told us was that if we told them to submit a quick Google form within an hour of the party and they got a gift, we had good results, but if we asked them just to take a picture and text us a picture of the form, we had better results. And I think it really depends on your demographic and what you like. I think the taking a picture of something and sending it on my phone is easier, so that's probably why I get better results with that. It's kind of whatever you think. It's like you sell the mascara you love. If you think getting the tic-tac-toe is better, then that's what you'll get the results from. The other thing we noticed is that when the hostess is inviting them and telling you their skin type, so let's say your hostess contacts you and says, oh my gosh, my neighbor Suzanne wants to jump in on the party and her skin is calm but oily and here's her address, and you just pop the thing in the mail or send her a quick text saying, hey, I'm excited that you're joining us, and there's no interaction, we agreed from the three of us over the last couple months, the girl, Suzanne, or the neighbor, has a little less likely chance of showing up. And what we found was if let's say Suzanne texts us and says, hey, I'm coming to Marty's party on Friday night and my skin is combo to oily, and we text back, great, then I say, I have a couple other quick questions to ask you. Can I give you a call now, or is after 5 better? Or can I call you after 5, or is tomorrow better? I give them two choices. And they will always respond. I've never had anybody not respond. And she'll say, oh, well, I get off work at 5, so 5:30 would be great, or whatever. When I call them because they're expecting, I say, I know you texted me that your skin is combo to oily. Are you blemish prone at all? And tell me what your nighttime routine looks like. Like, you get your face ready for bed. What are you doing to your face? Like, are you a soap and water girl? Are you a serum and cleanser girl? Like, what do you do? And I find that 2-minute conversation, sometimes it's not even 2 minutes, but it's usually about 2 minutes. If I have them tell me what they're currently using and if they could change one thing about their skin, what would that be? It takes about 2 minutes, but you guys, you know what happens in those 2 minutes? You develop rapport. You develop trust. You develop a relationship. You develop maybe a friendship. And then I'll say, well, have you ever tried Mary Kay? And they'll go, oh, my God, it was like 20 years ago when I was a teenager. And I said, oh, I cannot wait for you to get pampered on Friday. And I'm going to be sending you a text with a link. And just so you know, pajamas are optional. You can pour the drink of your choice. If you feel the need for privacy, lock yourself in the bathroom, and we joke about it. But I get them to the point where they get really excited. And then I just tried something this last 3 parties that actually I had great results. So I'm going to share this with you. I said to each of the people on the phone, I said, so, Evelyn, if I want to tuck in one extra goodie that no one else is going to get. So what's the one sample you would love to have? And let's say she says, oh, I really want, I don't know. She goes, well, they usually say, well, what do I have? What do you have? And I said, well, I have a sample of microdermabrasion. I have a sample of foundation primer. I have a sample of a firming eye cream. And they say, oh, I want to try that. Or if they'll say, I don't know, you pick one. I said, well, I could tuck in a lipstick or a shadow. And so I try to give them a sample. It could be a blusher, whatever, that's simple and easy, that's paper that I can just add it to their package. But it makes them feel special. And it makes them feel like they're the only one who's getting that sample, if that makes sense. So those are some of the things that I've done that are working. I went from a full Google form to now the hashtag party board and no Google form, and now I'm just doing, believe it or not, a very, very, very short Google form. And my Google form just says, thank you so much for letting me pamper you. I hope you had an amazing time. Can I please verify your month and the day of your birthday? If you are on Facebook, what is the name you're on Facebook? Would you please Facebook request me? And do you follow anybody on Instagram? If so, please follow me. And then the last thing I ask them is if they'd be willing to watch a short video and give me their opinion for a free lipstick or lip gloss. And it's just I don't give them the video, I just ask them if they'd listen. And so it's super simple, super short, super quick. And I'm finding I'm getting about 50 to 60 of them to return the Google form, but I'm getting about 80% to text me the sheet after the party. So you guys figure out what's working for you, but I will tell you one thing. Don't abandon an idea too fast. Sometimes we'll try a different closing sheet on one party, and then we go, well, that didn't work. I didn't have good sales. Well, sometimes it's that we're just learning it, right? We're just getting used to how to use the thing. And so before you completely abandon an idea, use it enough times, like the hashtag party board little sheet that you put in the thing. I forgot to tell them what it was for at the first party. So did it work? No. But was it the fault of the people at the party? No, because I didn't tell them what to do with it. Different things. See what works for you and share them. Share them on the Quantum Leap Hotline. Love to have you on there to share your ideas and what's working for you. I hope you have an amazing day, and thank you so much for calling in.